This is a mammal, but its life begins inside an egg. The egg is barely larger than a grape, soft-shelled and hidden inside a temporary pouch. Within it lies a creature that will one day be covered in defensive spines, dig with extraordinary power, and detect faint electrical signals through its snout. For now, it is blind, naked, and almost impossibly small. Its name is just as unusual, a puggle. The short-beaked echidna belongs to an ancient mammalian branch called the monotremes. Only echidnas and the platypus still reproduce this way. They lay eggs, yet feed their young with milk. The puggle's first months combine traits that seem borrowed from reptiles, marsupials, and placental mammals. But during the breeding season, several males may follow a female in a slow procession, sometimes called an echidna train. After mating, the female short-beaked echidna develops a temporary fold of skin on her abdomen. Roughly 3 weeks later, she lays a single leathery egg directly into this pouch.
The egg is around 1.5 centimeters long and weighs about 2 grams.
Unlike a hard bird egg, its shell is flexible and must remain protected from drying and damage. The mother carries it close against her body. After about 10 days, the embryo is ready to hatch. A small egg tooth helps break the shell from within. There is no nest full of chirping chicks and no dramatic crack beneath open sky. For the echidna, life begins in darkness. The hatch occurs in darkness, against the warm skin of a mammal. The newborn looks nothing like the armored adult. It is hairless and translucent, with closed eyes and tiny limbs. Most importantly for its mother, it has no sharp spines. The puggle remains inside the pouch-like fold for roughly 2 months, growing at a remarkable rate. Its front feet and claws begin to strengthen. The snout lengthens. Dark pigment and fine hairs appear. The mother continues to forage, digging into ant nests and termite galleries while carrying the developing baby. She cannot bring food back to the puggle, and the hatchling cannot chew insects. Instead, it depends entirely on the one feature shared by every mammal: milk. But the method of delivering that milk is unlike the nursing system most of us recognize. An echidna mother has mammary glands, but no nipples. Milk is released through many small openings onto specialized patches of skin inside the pouch. It gathers on the surface and in surrounding hairs, where the puggle laps it up. This solves a difficult problem. The hatchling receives concentrated nutrition without needing the tight mouth and teat attachment used by marsupial joeys. And because the puggle can consume a large meal, it will later endure surprisingly long intervals between feeds. Echidna milk changes during development and supports rapid growth, just as milk does in other mammals. Egg-laying and milk production are not contradictory. They reveal two chapters in the same evolutionary story. The egg protects early development, and lactation supports. The pouch is safe only while the puggle remains smooth. At around 2 months, its first spines begin to develop. These are modified hairs made from keratin, the same basic material found in human hair and nails. What will one day protect the youngster could now injure the mother's sensitive pouch. So she changes strategy. The puggle is moved into a nursery burrow, an underground chamber with a carefully concealed entrance. Here it lies alone while the mother leaves to feed. To human eyes, this may seem like abandonment. In reality, it is a precisely timed form of care. The burrow protects the puggle from weather and many predators, while the mother's absence avoids advertising. The puggle may wait several days between visits. Observations from breeding programs show mothers commonly returning every 3 to 6 days, although individuals can feed more often.
When she arrives, the youngster consumes a substantial meal of milk.
Then the mother departs again and conceals the nursery. The long interval works because monotreme milk is rich, and the puggle's sheltered life uses relatively little energy.
Week by week, the baby becomes darker, furrier, and far more heavily armed.
Its claws grow into digging tools. Its body prepares for a diet of ants and termites, even though it still has no teeth. For months, the hidden puggle experiences the world, mainly as a cycle of waiting, feeding, and growth. At roughly 7 months, a short-beaked echidna may be weaned. Now the youngster must replace milk with a specialized hunting system. The long, sticky tongue gathers ants and termites. Powerful claws rip open nests and dig defensive holes. The sensitive snout carries receptors help detect subtle electrical activity and physical changes around prey. An echidna does not chew because it has no teeth. Instead, hard pads and swallowed soil help process small prey. The young animal must also learn to manage heat. Spines provide defense but little insulation, so activity can shift with season and temperature. When threatened, the echidna can dig downward with astonishing speed or curl so that only spines face the attacker. None of these abilities was visible in the naked hatchling. None of these abilities was visible in the naked hatchling. They emerged gradually in the darkness of a pouch and nursery burrow. Remains difficult to observe, and many details are. The secrecy is part of what makes each successful birth so valuable to science. The echidna's life can look like a collection of contradictions, a mammal that lays an egg that disappears when its job is done. Protecting an adult female during breeding season also protects the puggle hidden where no observer can see it. In the next episode, another monotreme hatches underground. but its future lies in the water.